YouTube? It's Lena, and I apologize for the dishwasher going in the background, but girls gotta wash dishes. But it is Project Pan time, and it's time to update you on the 14 products that I chose last week. This is a higher end Project Pan, so this is me also getting through some of my more expensive products. Anyways, let's get started. First we have the Benefit Professional. I also had a little mini size that I finally did use up a couple of days ago, so there's not a ton of progress on here. I mean, there's still a nice amount of progress actually. I was a little bit surprised, but here is where I began and here is where I am now. I literally, sometimes you could literally like bend it all the way down to the mark, so I'm pretty sure that's actually correct. So if that's what I got through in a couple of days, I expect to do pretty well on this and use this fairly quickly. Something that I didn't really focus on was the Miraness eyeliner. I am wearing it today on my top lash line, but like when I tried to stick it up to the, sorry, I'm shaking a little bit here. Stick it up to the line, it was basically right under it, so I didn't mark it. So I'm gonna try to focus on this better next time so that I can, you know, make a mark that you can actually see progress on. I got 2 Marcel eyeliners in my last Birchbox so I've been kind of playing around with those, and I think that's kind of pulled me away from focusing on that. Anyways, I have the Buxom highlighter, which as you can see I have used some but not a ton. Once again, you know, just bent it down all the way and marked it. I do have a cream highlighter in my 12 Empties of Christmas that I used when I wear the champagne eyeshadow from my Lorac Pro, which I will also be showing at the end of this video. And then when I wear the light bronze, I wear the Buxom highlighter. I've been kind of focusing more on the light bronze, so the Buxom highlighter will probably get some more use, especially in the coming month. But honestly, I don't really like it. It actually does tingle when you put it on your face if you are not careful with it, so not really my favorite product. Let's see, we have a Fresh Sugar Lip Balm. This is actually the one in berry, so it gives you a little berry tint to your lips. I really only use this at night though, and of course, which is what happens with these, mine has broken a little bit, but here is the progress that I have made. I'm gonna try and put it up here so you can see it. So honestly, I think in 2 weeks I will be done with this, and I will be working on the regular Fresh Sugar Lip Balm after that. Because why not? Let's see. Oh crap, this is the one thing I forgot to mark, so I will actually mark it on here for you. This is the Urban Decay Lipstick Mini in Lady Flower. This is where I was last time, and I am wearing it today. And here is where we are now, so let me mark that real quick. If I can figure out what I did with my marker. Here we go. So let's just give that a little marky poo. There we go. Totally got some black marker on my freaking lipstick. Awesome. So that is where the mark is now, and I have other lipsticks in other projects, but I've been trying to focus a little more on this, mainly because I know that if I focus on it I can get it gone pretty quickly. And with the current progress the way it is, I think in about a month I can finish this with my current focus on it. Let's see, next we have a non-makeup product, but a very important product for me to use up. It is the Tata Harper Natural Resurfacing Mask, and I want to use this up because I've had it for about 3 months and it has an expiration date of 6 months. And this is a natural product, so it is not kidding. So I don't know if you can really see too much progress. I have been using it. It is starting to go down on the sides some. So hopefully I will have more progress to show you in 2 weeks. I've been trying though. I've been actually really trying to remember to use that at least two times a week. Let's see, next is the YSL mascara, which I am declaring done, and I'm about to show you why. Look at that, that is kind of gross. It pulls out way too much product. The product itself is really goopy, and while I can clean off the brush and kind of fuss with it, I have also had this open for about 3.5 months, and especially because I wear contacts and I already have issues with my eyes being kind of on the dry and angry side, I don't like to chance things like that. So even though this is a really expensive mascara, I did get it from Influenster, so I got it for free. This is a $32 mascara, by the way. So it's not like I spent my money on it, so I'm okay with declaring it done, even though I know there's more product in there. Now, I did say that because of the fact that it wasn't going to last very long, I was going to replace it with the Benefit They're Real mascara. I have my mascara from, sorry, I have a hair caught in my lip gloss. I have a mascara from Well People, but the E in Well is a 3. I don't know. It's their thing. And that one is almost done, so I want to finish that one first, and then I will get started on this. But I figure this will probably last about 2 months because of the fact that it's a mini. And I hope it works out for me. As I know some people either really love this mascara or they really hate it. I want to like it, I really do. Let's see, the Anastasia Brow Gel. Of course, it is opaque, you cannot see through the packaging. But the gel itself is starting to get dirty, which I think gives a hint to its amount of usage, because it tends to get it starts to get kind of dirty like that about halfway through a full size, I think. So I still got plenty of product. I'm going to use up as much as I can. I figured this will probably honestly last the entire project, but who knows, I could be wrong. Speaking of brows, I also have the Cella Brow Pencil that I received from Ipsy in May, I want to say. So here is my progress as it is marked, and here is what I have left right here. In all honesty, this will probably be gone in about a month, because I do use this every day that I wear makeup in my brows. I do really like this though. I'm not sure if I would pay the $18. I mean, it is a really darn good match for my brows, so I don't know. But considering I can go through this in about 2.5 months of straight use, that makes me a little concerned as far as to how much I want to pay for it. Let's see, I have the Tarte the Sculptor contouring stick, and I did realize that if I only roll it up a little bit, I can still use it, because as I showed you guys last time, this is actually broken. Thing is, I probably only have about 2 weeks worth of wear out of it, and then it will be done. Especially once, you know, it gets really close to being done and the top will probably not hold it in when I use it anymore. So I don't know how much, I don't know if I'm going to actually be able to finish this without, you know, it falling out on the floor or something like that, honestly. Let's see, I have the Makeup Forever lip liner in 3C, and I don't really like this color. It is super 90s Kylie Jenner lip thing, even though I was alive in the 90s and she really was not, so it's more of a 90s lip than a Kylie Jenner lip in my opinion. So I didn't use this all that much. Here is my progress right there. As you can see, there's not a lot. Today I actually did use it. I used it on the outer corners of my lip to kind of give a little bit of a gradient effect. I don't know how successful I was at that, but that might wind up being my way of using it, because I don't really like it with my lips completely filled in. I have nothing that matches this, so I can't just use it on the outer rim and then use a lipstick with it. So, I don't know. We will get through it, especially since, would you believe that just due to pricing of product versus the full size, this little, not eyeliner, lip liner is worth $8.55. That's crazy. Let's see, I have the Tarte Cheek Stain in Flushed, and I don't know if I'm going to be able to mark this too much because of the fact that there is just not a ton of product that actually sticks out of this. Let's see, let's pull back down the plastic. So that's a little more. And that's really about it. Now how I apply this is I rub this on my fingers and then I tap it on my cheeks, because I don't like to just dab it on my cheeks because it gets dirty and that drives me crazy. Just one of my neuroses. I mean, when you roll it all the way down, you can see how far it goes down in the cap. So we might be measuring it more that way than trying to mark it, because when I stuck it up to it, it was right under it, even though I've totally been using this every day for 2 weeks. or every day that I wore makeup, we'll say. Finally, we had the hair Buxom lip gloss in Dolly, and it is actually a little bit under the line that I marked because I marked it and then I used it. So that is where we started in this project, and here's where we are now. These other marks are from a different project. This was originally in my Finish 5 by Cinco de Mayo, and I couldn't finish it because I threw in actually 3 full-size lip glosses. One of them was an e.l.f. one that I finished fairly quickly. But I foresee myself having no problem finishing this last little bit. I mean, it'll probably take me like a month. And I do have the Swoop wand from Sephora that you can get in and get that last little bit. I have actually scraped around the sides once and gotten a lot of that and used that for an application, but whatever. And finally, we have my Lorac Pro, and I do have another shadow that I'm using in place of one that I finished, but I finished it last time, so it's no big surprise there. But here is where I am at. As you can see, I have cleared out the middle side of nude, and I have expanded my pan on champagne, white, and taupe a little bit. Light bronze, the pan has gotten a lot bigger, so I could actually foresee myself using this in about 3 weeks now. Once I finished cream, I have been using light pink to blend out the colors on my eye. So that is actually finally giving me a little bit of use of that. I do have a slight dip in it, but you know how the matte colors are on here, they are harder to go through. When I use champagne, I use mauve in the crease, and when I use light bronze, I use taupe in the crease. I use light bronze more because I am also, for finish 4 by the 4th, I was panning my bold gold color tattoo, so I'm not gonna finish it in time for that. I'll just go ahead and spoil that right now, so I'm gonna keep using it at least until light bronze is done. And as for the back, as you can see, not a lot of change. My pan in espresso is getting deeper because that is like my one shadow that is not very well packed, because I've said before, I think I might have a slightly different formula than everybody else that has been having like serious issues with their shadows breaking apart. And I say this because I bought mine like a year to a year and a half after everybody else. So a lot of my shadows are pretty well packed. Like, as you can see, deep purple just doesn't move. Espresso is really the only one that I've had issue with kicking up a ton of dust every time I touch it. Well, I take that back. Champagne does that a lot too, but I think it's just a crappy color because it has all that super chunky glitter in it. Anyways, black, I probably expanded the pan a little bit, but I literally only use this to set my eyeliner, which means I don't think I'm gonna go through it in a year. I know some people can finish off black shadows pretty quickly like that. I'm just not one of them. And like I said, I think most of my shadows are a little bit better packed than some of the other ones that I've seen, because I have dropped this before and it didn't break. So, you know, knock on wood over that, obviously, but I think that's why I am not going through this as quickly as other people have been going through theirs. Because, I mean, there are people that started this the same time that I did with about the same amount of product that have finished like all of these shadows right here, basically, and have had to pull in other palettes to have more variety of lighter colors. And that is not my issue. Now, because cream is gone, I have pulled in another cream shadow from another palette, because I still use white and this cream shadow to set my under eye concealer, which I still really love for that. And this is the Physicians Formula palette in Canyon Classics. I actually got this for free with couponing. But here is the one shadow that I'm using out of it. I figure as long as I'm still using it, I will show it to you guys, because I do, like I said, use it every day. Excuse me. So it's definitely showing some wear from my brush. I don't know how well you can see it, but I can definitely see it in comparison to the 3 shadows I have not touched. If I ever do finish taupe, I will happily substitute one of these brown shades for that. I don't know what I would use the gray shade for. But that is it. Thank you guys for tuning in. As always, I really appreciate it, and hopefully I will see you later. Bye.